your breath. Give some space on it from your hand. I imagine the slacker, we call it. Trooper Barack, present yourself.
Come. Barack Banya Howder, Banya Shala.
Barack Banya Howder, Banya Shala.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Brakatham.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Brakatham. Give him out some space from you, I'm saying. Pussy lips on, right? Come on, God. Got it? Come on. I think I did too much of it. You might need it this morning, right?
Lord Yeshua.
Good. Yo, let's see. All right. Call the I imagine. Wapanya Hakodam, which is turn and face the east. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer first in Hebrew. Abinawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shabka, Malakavka, Daba'a, Ratazak, Hayah, I.S.U.P.K, Ratazak, Kawak, Hayah, Bashamayim, the Thundanawa, Lacham, Cow, Yawam, Wasalakinawa, Wafinawa, Kasalaki now, Kabawat, a ball, Hawashai now, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, La'ila, William, Aman. Give me some stretch on the cord there. It's a little bit, not too hard. Yeah, that should be too hard. It's a little bit more.
In English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory.
The Thundanawa, Hakak, our Kawa, Hatama Allah, Lagar Shun, Bahashim, Yahushai, Fawad Aman.
In the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power, the power to heal, to cast them out, in the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it.
We're going to do Bless Israel. Sapariyam. Barak. Rapa'ah.
And the school. Bless. Heal. Shield. Protect. All the loved ones. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
We're going to do Psalm 1. Asha'ah. Ayanya. Al-Harim. Mahayan. Yaba'ah. Isaiah. Ma'aim. Yahweh. Al-Yanawam. Shamarka. Hana. La'ah. Yanawam. Wala'ah. Yayashan. Shawamar. Sha'ala. Yahweh. Shamarka. Yahweh. Tazalka. Al-Yad. Yamyan. Wayarak. Balayala. Yahweh. Yashamarka.
Makarai,
Makarai,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Athnapatka,
Sasa
Wabawathka,
Wawaaka,
Ma'itha,
Ma'aitha,
Wa'ai Awalam,
Wa'ai
Thawadaman.
Alam,
In the English, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up my eyes to the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help is from Yahweh.
My help cometh from
Behold, slumber nor sleep.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
and thy coming in.
So be it.
We're going to do Psalm 53. Alahayim,
Alahai, Al-Dashakwat,
Al, Kaya,
Kaya,
Hana,
Hana,
Awayabika,
Awayabika,
Yahama Yawan,
Yahweh Yawan,
Wamashanayaka,
Wamashanayaka,
Nasha'awa,
Nasha'awa,
Ra'ash,
Wa'ash,
Al-Amaka,
Al-Tawa,
Al-Tazapawanyaka,
Al-Tazawan,
Amarwa,
Amaru,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Wanakakidam, Yazakar,
Yasakar,
Shamya Sha'ala,
Sham Yasha'ala,
Iwad,
Iwa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nawa'itazawa,
Nawa Aizazawa,
Lab,
La,
Yakadwa,
Yakadwa,
Al-Yakar,
Al-Yakar,
Baryath,
Barya,
Yakarwathwa,
Yakar,
Al-Ya,
Alya,
Adawam,
Al-Wam,
Wayashamayalawan,
Yashamaya,
Mawa'aba,
Mala'aba,
Wahagariam,
Wahagari,
Gabal, Wa'aimawan,
Imawan,
Wa'aimalak,
Wa'amalat, Salah,
Aishalaham,
Aisharaham,
Kamadim,
Kamadim,
Kasayara'ah,
Kasayara'ah,
Kayabian,
Kayabian,
Banakal,
Bakar,
Kwayashawan,
Kwayashawan,
Nashamadwa,
Nashamadwa,
Ba'ayan,
Ba'ayan,
Salakia, Ba'ayan Da'ara,
Ba'ayan Da'ara,
Hayawa,
Young Dara.
Ba'ayan
Dara.
Da'ara,
Ba'ayan Da'ara,
Not the Yah.
Nadmawa,
Nabi Yahweh,
Ka'irab,
Ka'ira,
Wakazabak,
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 Wakazalmanai,
Wakazamana,
Kal Nasayakamwa,
Ka'asyakamwa,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amarwa,
Amar,
Nayara'ash,
Nayara'ash,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Ath,
Nayarasha.
Nayarasha,
Nayarasha,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Ath, Na'awa,
Na'amawa,
Alahayim,
Alahaya,
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 Shayathumwa,
Shayathamwa,
Kagagala,
Kagagala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapanya Rakwa,
Lapanya Rakwa,
Ka'ash,
Kabash,
the Ba'ira Ira,
the Ira,
Wakala Basa'iraka,
Basa Iraka,
Wabasawapathka,
Wabasa, Pathka,
Thabahalam,
Sabahalam,
Mala'a,
Mala'a,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Kwalawam,
Kualawam,
Wayabakwashwa,
Wayabakwashwa,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahawa,
Yahweh,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Al,
Wayaba'al,
Salakio, Wayaba'awa,
Wayaba'alwa,
Aja'ai,
Ai,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayadaiwa,
Wayada'ira,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Atha,
Atha,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahawa,
Yahweh,
Labadka,
Labaka,
Ayawan,
Ayawan,
Al-Kalharatza,
Al-Kaharatza,
Thawadaman.
Thawadaman.
Good job.
In the English, keep not thou silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult,
Thy enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate thee
and they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
and consulted against thine hidden ones.
and consulted against thy hidden one.
They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation that the name of Israel, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, Ishmaelites, of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gebal, and Ammon, and Amalek, and the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Selah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, and like Zeb. Yea, all their princes, as Zebah, and as Almunah, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of the Most High in possession. Oh my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth. So be it.
With that, Sar, which means turn. I imagine, which means seat. Be seated.
Yasha.
Selected. Yasha,
Yeah.
which means be seated.
No, sir. You got it.
Men up here, Yeshabim. We're going to get into the scriptures. Right now, we're going into 2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 27 through 33. We're going to first read it. All right.
God damn. Ain't no sweat. Let's leave it. Just leave it. It'll continue. It's probably just good.
We're going to 2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 27. I.M.A. Nabal, Sethabal, Wa'an, I.K.A.S.H, Sethabal, verse 28. Wa'ath, I.M.A. Anaya, Thawashai, Thawashayai, Wa'ayanya, Rum Yum, the shop Ya'al, verse 29. Kaya, Atha, Nayaya, Yahweh, Wa Yahweh, Yagaya, Kashakya, verse 30. Kaya, Baka, Awataza, Gadawada, Baal Haya, Adla, Adala, Shawol, verse 31. Hala, Thumb Yum, the Rockwood, Amra, Yahweh. Tazarapa, Magun, Hawa'a, Lalak, Lakar, what? Hakasayam. Hakasapium. Bawa. Verse 32. Kaya. Maya. Mabal idea. Yahweh. Wamya. Tazawo. Mabal idea. Al Hayan. What? Verse 33. Ha'ol. Ma'ai was a ya. Kayo. Wayathal. Thamyam. The Rockwood. We got the book of 2 Samuel. We got the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 22, verse 27. With the pure, thou wilt show thyself pure, and with the forward, thou wilt show thyself unsavory. Verse 28. And the afflicted people thou wilt save, but thine eyes are upon the haughty, that thou mayest bring them down. Verse 29. For thou art my lamp, O Lord, and the Lord will lighten my darkness. Verse 30. For thee I have run through a troop. For by thee I have run through a troop. My God, have I leaped over a wall. Verse 31. As for God, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is tried. He is a buckler to all them that trust in him. Verse 32. For who is God save the Lord? And who is a rock save our God? Verse 33. God is my strength and power, and he maketh my way perfect.
Listen now, Judah on the way to woods, bro. That's your one right there. Nigga spitting. Next brief. My job just email. Cook our mouth. Present thyself.
God, my Banya Howard, Banya Shala.
Good. Shabbat. That's not. Hold on a second. Shabbat. I might have Shabbat.
Oh, that's like.
Remove all that stuff from me.
Kagama. Kagama, Banya Howard, Banya Shala.
Kagama, Banya Howard, Banya Shala.
Yabba Shimi Al Shop Rakatham.
Yahweh should be outside Rakatha.
It might be too wild. Let's check on your phone and see if it plays. Shabin? It do that sometimes with the internet. It do it sometimes with the internet. Let's check on your phone and see if it plays.
We're going to continue is with 2 Samuel chapter 22, 34 through 40. First in the Hebrew.
Verse 34 in Hebrew. Mashawa'ah. Ragala Yawah. Ka'aya Lawah. Wa'al. Bamawathia. Ya'amad Denaya. Verse 35. Yadaya.
That what is my yard.
Madenaya.
My yard.
Mayad.
Naya.
Naya. Okay, so connected. Verse 35. Mala Ma. Yadaya. Lama Lakamaya. Wanaka. Kasha. Nakawa Shaya. Zara Athaya. Verse 36. Wata Thana. Laya. Magana. Yasha Salaki. Yasha Aka. Wa'ai Nathak. Thara Benaya. Verse 37. Thara Kaya. Taza Idea. Thaka Thanaya.
Taza idea.
Taza Thaka Thanaya Wala'a Ma'idea Ma'adawa Ma'aidawa Kara Salay Kwa Rasaya Ayabaya Wa'asham.
So at the beginning of 38 is our
Aradap.
I believe that ha is like feminine.
Come
So
on.
Aradap.
Okay,
Aradap.
Aradap. Wa'asha Madam Ma'adim.
Wa'asha Mayad.
Wa'asha Mayadim.
Washa Mayadam.
Mayadam. Come. Wala'a Ashawab Ait Kalawathium.
Thumb.
Kalawathum. Verse 39. Wa'akalam Ma.
Wa'akalam.
Wa'akalam. Wa'ama Tazama. Wala'a Yakwa Mawan. Wayapalawa. Thakatha.
The kaf.
Okay, come on. Katha.
So
The ka.
it's a kaf. Yeah.
Rapalaya. Verse 40.
Rapalia.
Rapalia. Verse 40. Wadazaranaya. Kayala.
Kayam.
Karyam. Lama Lakamaya. Thakaraya I. Kamaya.
Kamya.
Kamaya.
Kwam.
Kwamaya.
Kwam. Like rise. Kwamya.
Kwamaya. Thakathanaya. In English, 2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 34. In the English, he maketh my feet like his feet and sitteth me upon the high places. He teaches my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken in my arms. Verse 36. Thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation. Gentleness hath made me great. Thou hast enlarged my steps under me, so that my feet did not slip. I have pursued my enemies and destroyed them, and turned them not again, until I had consumed them. I have consumed them and wounded them, that they could not arise. Yea, they are fallen under my feet, girding me up with strength to battle. Them that rose up against me hast thou set it under me. Verse 41.
That's it. Imagine. Or what? Is on that side?
Arawadia Bun Gad Bun Yashala.
Arawadia Bagad Bagashala.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shab Rakatham.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shab Rakatha. Sharp.
We're going to continue on in the Hebrew. 2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 48 through 51, and then continue on to 2 Samuel chapter 23, verse 1 through 3.
Yeah, it is. This one.
Wa'aya Baya. Tatha. Laya. Arapa. Mashinaya. Mashina Aya. Wa'ataza.
Wa'ataza Mayatham. Verse 42. Yasha'aiwa. Wa'ya'athan. Wa'ayan.
If you want.
Mashaya. Mashayaya. Yahweh. Wala'a. Ainama.
So like it, bro. If you don't mind, lean up on the table so you can get in front of that mic, all right? So your voice can go pretty fit on the table. All right? Get closer to the mic. Just lean forward. Just lean forward. Yeah, just lean into the mic.
Ainama.
What was this, yeah?
Verse 43.
Okay.
Wa'ashika Kwama. Kwam.
Make sure you do.
Ka'ai Para. Arataza. Kata Yata. Kawataza Watham. Watha. Araquam. Araquam Ain. Verse 44. Watham Palata Slaki. Watha Pow tonight. Mariah Baya. Marayavya. Amaya. Hasham. Renaya. Ra'ash. Ra'ash. Gawa, Yama. Gawayam. Ain. La'a. Ya'aitha. Yada. Ya. Ya'ai. Denial. Ya'ai. Bad now. But now. Verse 40. Ya'ai Badanya. Verse 45. Benaya. Banya. Bakar. Slaki. Nakar.
What was it? 45?
Come on, Slaki.
45? Yeah, 45. All right, go ahead.
Yathak. Kashawa. Laya. Lasham. Wa'ai. Izan.
Not I.
Izan.
Is that Na or the Ka?
No.
Na. Azam.
Izan. Son. Azan. Yasham. Aya.
Yashamai.
Yashemayu. Like yeah. Verse 46. Bunya. Nakar. Yabalawa. Kagawa. Masak. Mama Saga. Rawatham. Mama Sagaratham. Verse 47. Kaya. Yahweh. Wabarayaka.
Waka. It's the same wa in the beginning.
Rabo. Waba.
Waka.
Rawaka.
It's funny with the rod. It's Waba Waba Rawak.
Rawak. Taza warrior. Taza warrior. What? Waya. Wayarum. Alahaya. Taza war. Yasha'awa. Yasha'awa. Yasha'aya.
Yeah, one more.
You got more.
That's the end of
No, it's
47.
47.
Where you going? You going to 47, right?
That's
All right, go ahead. Get closer to the mic when you're reading, all right? If you only have to pull it to you if you want to.
And in the English, 2 Samuel chapter 23, verse 22, verse 41. Thou hast also given me the necks of my enemies, that I might destroy them that hate me. They looked, but there was none to save, even unto the Lord. But he answered them not. Them did I beat them as small as dust of the earth. I did stamp them as the mere of the street, and did spread them abroad. Thou also hast delivered me from the strivings of my people. Thou hast kept me to be head of the heathen. A people which I knew not shall serve me. Strangers shall submit themselves unto me. As soon as they hear, they shall be obedient unto me. Strangers shall fade away, and they shall be afraid out of their close places. Verse 47. The Lord liveth, and bless me, and blessed be my rock, and exalted be the God of the rock of my salvation.
Listen, that would help us so much. That verse there where he said, boy, the Lord, they looked, but there was none to save them, even unto the Most High, but he answered them not. Then did I beat them as small as the dust of the earth. I did stamp them as the mire of the street, and did spread them abroad, meaning like he walking all over them. He just, trampling them, beating them up. Like that would help so much of us today, because these heathens, this is what these heathens do to us.
Right.
You go to buy gas and talking to you funny, throwing the change at you, anything. This is how they see us. And it will inspire more of us to do the same with them. Versus like we get inspired to be subservient to them now. From all our, all our celebrities and our leaders, it teaches us to be subservient. Heathen is dust. You know what I mean?
That's right.
David understood that shit though. Go ahead.
That was it, sir.
We good?
Okay.
Imagine. Rock.
Barak Banya Hawada, Banya Sha'ala.
Barak, Banya Hawada, Banya Sha'ala.
Yahweh Bashim Yahshua Brakatham.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah. Yishabia?
41, and then 23, 1 through 3.
Okay.
48 through 41, 51. 51, Slakia. 48 through 51, and then 23, 1 through 3.
Okay. 2 Samuel.
40, 51. Okay. So.
2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 48. Ha'al, Hanathan, Nakam, Salaki, Nakam, Nakamath.
No, Kwam. That's Kwam.
Nakwama, La Ya, reward yard, one reward war yard,
Wama.
Wama the yard. I'm young. I'm a young. The cuff, na ya. One, wataza a ya. What a ya, what a ya. What Wamakwa, ma ya. So one, mana ya, ma ayam. Kama sayam. Tataza yo num. Na ya. Verse 50. Kana. Awadka. Yahweh. Bagal wa young. Wala shamkwa. Azamar. Verse 51. Magadya. Yashwa Iwa Malakwa Wa Aish Kasad Lamash Yakawa Ladabada Walazar Iwa I will lum. Chapter 23 and 1. 2 Samuel chapter 23 verse 1. Wa'ala. The barya Dawada. Ha'akal Nayam. Salaki Naam. Dawada. Bun. Yashaya.
Yeah.
Wanna Hagabal Hakwam Masha Yak Al Haya Ya'ai Kwa Wana Ayam. Which one? Gotcha. Alahaya. The water. Ya'ai Kwa. One ayam. I saw Zashar Wa. Zamar Wa. Zamarwa. What? Yashar Allah. Verse 2. Rakah Yahweh.
Rawak. Salam.
Warak, Yahweh, the ball, Bayah, one Lathwa.
The bar. You say the bar or the ball?
I said the bar.
The bar. Like Kodash the bar or the bar Raman.
Khan.
Right? It's to speak. Right? The bar.
Khan. The bar, Bayah, one Lathwa. The Lasha 1, verse 3. Amar, Alahaya, yes, Laya, the ball, Tazawar, yes,
How do you say the bar Raman?
the bar Amah.
The bar Raman. That's why you have to say that, the bar. It sounds like you're saying the ball.
Oh, Salam, the
Yeah.
bar,
You keep saying, I'm like, what the hell did you say?
the bar.
The bar, yeah.
Maybe
Like, look at how you say the bar.
The bar.
Like you're saying the bar Raman.
Yeah, the bar mark.
The bar Raman, right? He playing with that shit on DC. He said, might be the DC shit. You better keep that Woodbridge shit over there. You better keep that old Virginia shit over in Virginia. I told you they shouldn't let you all over. Good.
Good. This is my Tazawar.
I know that you're from Virginia. That's why.
Yes, the other. Mawashal. Ba'adam. Tazadaya Kwa. Mawashal. Ya'artha. Yaraf. That's what Yaraf.
Yeah.
Yara'af. Alahayim.
That's
Verse 4. We're going at 2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 48. It is God that avengeth me, and that bringeth down the people under me. Verse 49. And that bringeth me forth from mine enemies. Thou also hast lifted me up on high above them that rose up against me. Thou hast delivered me from that violent man. Verse 50. Therefore, I will give thanks unto thee, O Lord, among the heathen, and I will sing praises unto thy name.
This not Salaki. You heard the general say, one of them fools who attacked the brothers in Kentucky got laid to rest this week.
Oh, God.
That was the Lord. You know what I mean? Like we don't ever have to go to the Supreme Court and to their lawyers for nothing. Like read that scripture again.
Verse 49. And that bringeth me forth from mine enemies. Thou also hast lifted me up on high.
It is the Lord. Read from it is God that avengeth.
Come. Verse 48. It is God that avengeth me. It is God that avengeth me.
Read one more time.
It is God that avengeth me.
We ain't got to march. We ain't got to burn nothing down. That's right. Because the Bible say what?
It is God that avengeth me.
Go ahead.
And that bringeth down the people under me.
You understand? Like instead, we get brought down under the people. But he's saying it's God who avenged me. It's God who gonna bring them under me. Go ahead.
Verse 49. And that bringeth me forth from mine enemies.
Go ahead.
Thou also hast lifted me up on high above them that arose up against me. Thou hast delivered me from the violent man.
And watch, look, what happened with them with the Kentucky 8? Like they were full of violent men, pipes and machetes and AKs. And the Lord delivered them brothers, and then put them brothers above ground, because one of them dead now. He gets shot by other violent men, and he's dead, and that's it. He's done. He made his last act, and that's that. He should have never came to the Lord's prophet. Like we don't have to take up no arms against nobody to attack. Self-defense is perfect, and we don't have to go to the white man to beg him for nothing, because the Lord will avenge you. Go ahead.
Verse 50. Therefore, I will give thanks unto thee, O Lord, among the heathen, and I will sing praises unto thy name. Therefore, I will give thanks unto thee, O Lord, among the heathen, and I will sing praises unto thy name.
Right, and you see, it's down there how we are today. Like we amongst the heathen, and we giving thanks to the Muslim God and the Christian God, and we can't rise above. It's letting you know right here, if we change who we are, the Lord gonna come and defend us on behalf of of himself. Go ahead.
Verse 51. He is the tower of salvation for his king, and showeth mercy to his anointed, unto David, and to his seed forevermore.
Right. Go ahead.
2 Samuel chapter 23, verse 1. Now these be the last words of David. David, the son of Jesse, said, and the man who was raised up on high, the anointed of God of Jacob, and the sweet psalmist of Israel, said, verse 2, the Spirit of the Lord spake by me, and his word was in my tongue. Verse 3, the God of Israel said, the rock of Israel spake to me. He that ruled over me must be just.
He that ruleth over men.
Salaki. He that ruleth over men must be just, ruling in the fear of God.
Right. That's okay. What David said there was absolutely right and absolutely heavy. And couldn't be put another way. Like the Lord, his chosen people, they don't fear the Lord when they deal with us. They don't think anything else is going to happen to them. When Trump put them babies in them cages, he don't care about none of that. He don't care about the bad hombres, the rapists, the drug dealers. It doesn't dawn on him that I might have to pay for this thing here. I might have to pay for this thing here. Even if you in the street as a regular person, a little kid, if you hit somebody, you might have to do this thing here. You might have to do a double take on them. You're walking past them, you don't know. Because why? That person won't hit back. The heathens over us, they don't expect no repercussions. Right. They don't expect it. And that's why they do what they do. They're proud in how they assault us. And we have to take it, because what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Some little Moabite who can't speak, can't do nothing. Now he gets to, put your woman in a chicken wing and throw her out the damn store. And he don't think his store gonna get burned down. Right. He don't think that, somebody gonna meet him and knock his eyes loose. None of that. He has no fear for that. You get the point? The Lord said, you rule with the fear of the Lord, because the Lord gonna put the fear of the Lord in them. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
That's right.
I was like, ready?
Yeah. Yeah, okay, let's check that. Don't worry.
Say that, bro. Double one. Present yourself. Come on. Listen. Double one your house, one your shalom.
Double one your shalom.
How about Shema Shalom? Up.
Y'all about Shema Shalom up.
We're at 2 Samuel chapter 23, verse 4 through 6.
Is it 23 and 4?
23 and 4.
This is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 23 and verse 4. Waka Amok, it's like Waka a war, Bakor, Yazarak, Shamash, Bakor, La'ah, Agawath, Managa, Mamatar, Dasha'ah.
It's like this chapter of verse again?
It's chapter 23, verse 4.
Ma'aratazah. Verse 5. Kaya, La'ah, Khan, Bayathia, Aim, Al, Kaya, Baryath, Iwalum, Shum, Laya, Ira, Waka, Bakol, Washamara, Kaya, Kal, Yasha'aya, Wakal, Kapatiza, Kaya, La'ah, Ya Tazamayak, verse 6. La Ya'ila. Ya'al. La Ya'al. Kawatiza. Malada. Kalahum. Kaya. La'a. Bayad. Yakub. Verse 7. Wa'ayash. Yagad. Bahum. Yamala'a. Barzol. It's like Barzol. Wa'itaza. Kanaya. Waba'ash. Sharawat. Yasharapwa. Bashabath. Verse 8. Allah. Shamawath. Ha Gabaryum. Ashar. La Dawada. Yashab. Bashabak. Da Kamanaya. Ra'ash. Hashalashya. Hawa'a. Adayanawa. Ha'aya. Slaki. Ha'ai. Tazanawa. Shamana. Ma'awath. Kalor. Bapa'im. Akkad. Verse 9. Wa Akarwa. Ala Izar. Ban Daraya. Ban Akakaya. Basha Shalasha. Gabaryum. Aim Dawada. Ba Kara Saki Ba Karapum. Ba Palashathium. Slaki. Ba Palashathium. Na Asapwa. Shum. Lama Lakama. Wa Ilawa. Ayash. Yasha Allah. Verse 10. Hawa'a. Kwam. Wayak. Ba Palashathium. I. Kaya. Yaga'ai. Yalawa. Wa Dadabak. Yadwa. Al. Hakarab. Wa Ya'aish. Yahweh. Dashawa'ai. Gadawala. Bayawam. Waha'aim. Yashabwa. Akaryua. La Pashat. That's the end of verse 7. The book of 2 Samuel, chapter 23, and verse 4. And he shall be as the light of the morning when the sun riseth, even a morning without clouds, as the tender grass springing out of the earth by clear shining after rain. Verse 5. Although my house be not so with God, yet he hath made with me an everlasting covenant, ordered in all things, and sure, for this is all my salvation, and all my desire, although he make it not to grow. Verse 6. But the sons of Belial shall be all of them as thorns thrust away, because they cannot be taken with hands. So Belial shall be all of them as thorns thrust away, because they cannot be taken with hands. Verse 7. But the man that shall touch them must be fenced with iron, and the stake spear, and they shall be utterly burned with fire in the same place.
All right, that's what he's saying. He's talking about the justice of the Most High, because in verse 5, when he said, "Although be not so, even let my house be not with God." At the time we was different people, and the Most High will turn his face from us, and we'll go into captivity, or the Lord, let our enemies have their ways. But even though that's so, we have an everlasting covenant, like you said. Our fathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob made a covenant with the Most High. Just like now, most of our people come back to our Father because we had that everlasting covenant, and our fathers made that covenant with the Most High. And that's the goal of the I.S.U.P.K. Right now, for the majority of Israel, we under the captivity of Israel. We believe. Under the captivity of some of our enemies around the world. And we believe in them and follow them and we follow their culture, their customs. But UPK goal is to turn their face from following American tradition and our enemies' customs, and to come back to a holy custom, which is about the Most High God.
Right.
I'm sorry. Yeah. What verse you can 7?
Verse 8.
Right. Man, anybody that's up? Go ahead, sis.
So I guess what happened? I mixed it. What happened beforehand that led David to, praise that was there?
Oh, okay. So what happened? What happened before? Last week we went over the time where as though we know when David's son had took the kingdom. So the kingdom was split. David's son had passed away, and now David was coming back to gather Israel together. So first he went to the house of Judah, and the house of Judah. When David came, they were afraid because they knew that they had betrayed David and went to go while his son was ruling. They went with David's son instead of leaving out to the wilderness with David. So when David was returning to the kingdom, they was afraid. But David said, "I'm not here to make war. I'm here to, bring the kingdom back together and have Israel be one." So then that's what the house of Judah joined with David. Now David was going. There was more Israelites for David to go join. So once he joined the house of Judah, they traveled to another land, and he proposed the same thing, that they gathered together as one nation again. And there was a Benjamin out of the house of Saul. He did not want to. He said, "No, we're not going to go. We're not going to." He escaped. He ran. And David was saying, if we let him escape and we don't kill him, the same thing is going to happen, but it's going to be worse than what my son did. So they chased him down. He ran into a city, and Joab. And there was a wall that was surrounding the city. Joab and the house of Judah was going to knock down that wall just to get that brother. There's a woman that came out and spoke and asked Joab, "May she speak?" And she said, "May I speak? Are you going to kill a mother of Israel?" You know what I'm saying? We Israelites too. We're the holy children of God too. So David said, Joab said, "No, I'm not here to kill everybody. We're looking for this one man, this one Benjamite." And she said, "Hold on one second. Let me go find. We'll go find this man. We're gonna throw his head over the wall, and once you see his head, the job is done." So Joab said, allowed her to, her wishes, granted her wishes, and the woman went somehow, and I guess gathered the men that was in that city, and they found that Benjamin who did not want to agree with joining the king of making Israel one. So they cut his head off, threw his head over a wall. When Joab seen that head, the job was done. So Joab blew the horn and gathered up the house of Judah and other Israelites and went back to the kingdom. After that, David was coming back he came back to his house, and remember before, his son had slept with his father's concubines.
Right.
So once he got back home, David did not have sex with his concubines because his son had sex with them. But then more war happened with the Hamites, the sons of Goliath. So more war happened with the sons of Goliath. And during that time, David, he was getting old age. David still wanted to fight, but at one time David was exhausted and almost fainted. And then someone came, and David almost got killed. But there was another brother who killed the Hamite who was going to kill David. And then David gave that brother praise. But the army decided and told King David, "King, I don't think it's wise for you to come to war with us anymore because you are the light." So David was the leader, he was the light, but he was in old age. So they was like, "Sir, Salak out one, we got it. So let us fight for you. You just give the orders." So it was decided at that time that David would no longer go to war, go out there and go to war. You know, some brothers, some brothers might be 50, 60, 70, still want to fight, but you know they gotta know like it's time for you to give orders now. You know, or they might get a certain responsibility, and you know they can give up the things that they used to do, give it up to somebody that got more, that's more youthful. They got more power. And David, after those wars with the different Hamites, it was like 2 or 3 different wars with different sons of Goliath. David gave praise to the Most High because he seen like how the Most High just crushed all his enemies. So he just, just all those things, him losing past life, him lose, the ups and downs, and then finally things was starting to get back to normal. So that's why he gave praise to the Most High. Where we at? That was it?
I'm at the beginning of verse 8 in the English.
Okay.
The book of 2 Samuel chapter 23 and verse 8. These be the names of the mighty men whom David had. The Tachmonite that sat in the seat, chief among the captains. The same was Adino the Eznite. He lifted up his spear against 800, whom he slew at one time. Verse 9. And after him was Eleazar, the son of Dodo the Ahite, one of the 3 mighty men with David, when they defied the Philistines that were there gathered together to battle, and the men of Israel were gone away. Verse 10. He arose and smote the Philistines until his hand was weary, and his hand clave unto the sword. And the Lord wrought a great victory that day, and the people returned after him only to spoil.
Right. So that's it. You see, David was giving that praise because as they defeating these Philistines, and they won that. They were victorious in war. So of course, David knows they didn't have a man. They won because the Most High was with them. That's the most important part. So when we out there speaking on the streets and the Kentucky 8 and everything that we're doing in our life, we know that it's because of the Most High. Whether it's good or bad, we require the Lord. And see, and we come to the Most High to see, what's the issue.
Right.
All right. After you get up, you're gonna.
So let's just switch them on.
Okay.
Just songs.
All right.
Next one.
Am I? Are we?
SHALAM. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah.
Slightly. Okay. Go ahead.
We're going to continue on 2 Samuel chapter 23, verse 11 through 17. And we're going to read the first in Hebrew.
Yahweh, Shemaiah, Bun, Agaha, Rayah, I.S.U.P.K, Palash, Palashafi, Bakaya, Lakaha.
Verse 10.
Verse 11. Watha, Haya, Shema, Sham, Kalakwa, Hashadha, Hashada, Malah,
Masha. Masha.
Mala'ah,
Masha. Sit.
Aishadiyam,
Go sit down, Masha.
Waha Ama Ain, Basa, Nasa, come. Mapanya, Palash, Thayam, Palashathi, verse 12. Wayatha, Yatazar, Ha, Waka, Ha, Hakalakwa, Wayatazar, Wayatazar, Yala, Wayak, Ah, Palashathium, Waya Ice, Yaha, Tashuwa I, Gadawala, verse 13. Wayaradwa, Shalashayim, Mahash, Shalathayim, Shalashayim, Ra'ash, Wayaban Awa, Aw, Quatazarium, Salaki, Quatazayura, Quatazar Yar, Aw, Dawada, Aw, Mayatha, Ma'ira, Alam, Wakaya, Pashakia, Kana, Ba'aimakwa, Rapat Ayam, verse 14. Wada, Azah, Bum Tazah, Bamatazah, Wada, Wamatazab. Wamatazab. Palashayim. Azab. Banyah. Bayah. Lakam. Verse 15. Wayath. Wayathawa. Dawadah. Waya Amar. Maya. Yasha Quinah. Yashap Naya. Mayam. Maba'ar. Bayat. Lakam. Ashar. Ashar. Basha'aru. Verse 16. Wayabakwa. Awa. I will. Shalashatha. Shalatha. Shalashah. Shalashah. Haga. Barayim. Ha Gaborim. Bama Kana. Palashakim. Wayashabwa. Mayam. Maba. Ba'ara. Vayath. Nakam. Ashar. Basha'aru. Waya. Sha'awa. Wayab Awa. Ow. Dawada. Wala. Wala'a. Abba. Lashak Wathim. Y-A-S-U-P-K. Athim. Atham. La Yahweh. Verse 17. Waya Amar. Kalyala. Kalayala. Laya. Yahweh. Maishataya. Ma'aishataya. Za'af. Hadam. Hanashayim. Hahal Kayim. Halakim. Banapash with them. Wala'ah. Abba. Lashah. Wa. Lashah Wathim. Allah. I.S.U.P.K. Shalashitham. Shalashah. Hagabur. Haga. Barium. Hagabarium. In the English, 2 Samuel, chapter 23, verse 11. And after him was Shema, the son of Agi, the Hararite, and the Philistines were gathered together in a troop, where was a piece of ground full of lentils, and the people fled from the Philistines. But he stood in the midst of the ground and defended it, and slew the Philistines, and the Lord wrought a great victory. And 3 of the 30 chiefs went down and came to David in the harvest time unto the cave of Adullam, and the troopings pitched in the valley of Rephaim. And David was then in hold, and the garrison of the Philistines was then in Bethlehem. Verse 15. And David longed and said, "Oh, that one would give me drink of the water of the well of Bethlehem, which is by the gate." And the 3 mighty men brake through the host of the Philistines and drew water out of the well of Bethlehem that was by the gate, and took it and brought it to David. Nevertheless, he would not drink thereof, but poured it out unto the Lord. Verse 17. And he said, "Be it far from me, O Lord, that I should do this. Is not this the blood of the men that went in jeopardy of their lives?" Therefore he would not drink it. These things did these 3 mighty men.
Verse 17. Could you please position yourself? Okay, Slack. Imagine.
God mock Banya Howda Banya Shala.
God, Banya Howda, Banya Shala.
Yahba Shimyal Shabrakatham.
Yahweh Shemel Shabrakatah.
Sharp, sleep.
23:18 through 24.
In the Hebrew.
Wa'a Bashaya. Akaya. Yawa'a Ban. Abu Yaha.
Tazo.
So I can be here. Yawa'a. Right. 18, right? Yawa'a Ban. Abu Yaya. Hawa'ah, Ra'ash, Hashalashaya, Wahawa'ah, Ira, Ah, Kana Yathawa, Al, Shalash, Ma'awath, Kalam, Walawah, Sham, Bashalashaya, verse 19. Manah, Hashalashaya, oh, sorry, Shalashah, Hakayah, Nakaba, Waya, Haya, Laham, Laham, Lashar, Wa'ai, Hashalashaya, Lashah, Ba'ah, verse 20. Ya'awa, Ban, Yahweh, Yadai, Ban, Ayash, Kaya, Rabah, Pa'ayawam, Maka Bataza'al, Hawa'ah, Haka, Shania, Ara'ah, All, Mawa'ah, Wahawa'ah, Wahaka, Hara'ya, Batawak, Haba'ara, Rabba Wama, Osanaku, Mayawam, Hasha La, verse 21. Wahawa'ah, Haka, Ayash, Matazaraya, Aisha, Mara'ah, Wabayat, Hamatazaraya, Kanayah, Wayarat, Alayawa, Basharat, it's like Bashabat, Wayagazal, Hakanaya, Maya, Hamatazaraya, Wayahara Gawa, Bakanayatawa, verse 22. Alaha, Aisha, Banaya Awa, Ban, Awa, Yadai, Walawa, Sham, Bashala Shah, Hagaba Rayam, verse 20. Hagadabarium, verse 23. Manah, Hashala Shayam. Oh, yes, right. Hashalashim, Nakabad, Wa'al, Hashalashah, La'ah, Ba'ah, Wayasha, Ma'awa, Dawada, yes, right. Wayasha, Ma'awa, Dawada, Al, Masha Ma'aithua, verse 24. Aisha her all, Akaya, Ya'awa, Yawa'aba, Bashala Shaya, Alakanan, Ban, the Dawa, Bayah, Lakam. In the English, 2 Samuel chapter 23, verse 18. And Abishai, the brother of Joab, the son of Zeruiah, was chief among 3, and he lifted up his spear against 300 and slew them, and had the name among 3. Verse 19. Was he not most honorable of 3? Therefore, there was their captain. Therefore, he was their captain. How he obtained not to the howbeit he obtained not unto the first 3. And Benaiah the son of Ada, the son of Bennett man of Kabzeel, who have done many acts. He slew 2 lion-like men of Moab. He went down also and slew the lion in the midst of a pit in time of snow. 1. And he slew an Egyptian, a goodly man, and the Egyptian had a spear in his hand. But he went down to him with a staff and plucked the spear out of the Egyptian's hand and slew him with his own spear. Verse 22. These things did Benaiah the son of Jehoiada, had the name among 3 mighty men. Verse 23. He was more honorable than the 30, but he obtained not to the first 3. And David sent him over his guard. Verse 24. Asahel, the brother of Joab, was one of 30. Elinah, the son of the Bethlehem.
Just to remind you, right? Yeah, so that's it for the Sabbath service. So we're gonna start to close it out. So just up here, I imagine. Shalom. Men of Israel, gird thyselves and prepare to salute the Torah. How about Shem Shabrak Yah? Yahweh Hashem Yahshabrak Yah. Yahweh Hashem Yahshabrak Yah. Yahweh Hashem Yahshabrak Yah. Imagine, which means to stand. Wapan Yakodom, which means turn the face to eat. We'll start with the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew.
Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayah, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malak with Ka, Daba'ah, Ratazayaka, Hayah, I.S.U.P.K, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayah, the Thunder now, Lakam, Cow, Yawam, Wasalak now, Kabawath now, Kasalak now, Kabawatinawa. Wala'a. Tabayayanawa. Banasaya 1. Abal. Hawashayanawa. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Waha'ala. Watapara. La'ai wal yamin. Aman.
In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the glory forever. So be it.
We're going to do Hakak the power. Yahweh. Ba'ashem. Yahushai. Babakashah. The Thumbnawa. Hakak. Larpa'al. Kal Makalau. Wakal Marawa. Hakak. Latahar. Hamatazarayim. Hakak. Lahakwi. Hamathri. Hakak. Arakawa. Hatama Allah. Lagar Shun. Ba'ashem. Yahushai. Wadaman.
In English, Slakia. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
We're going to do bless Israel. Yahweh. Ba'ashem. Yahushai. Baraklanawa. Wayasha'ala. Wahabayah. Sapariyam. Barak. Rapah. Magun. Hagun. Ba'ashem. Yahushai. Wadaman.
In English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Bless us and Israel and the school. Bless. Heal. Shield. Protect. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
We do Psalms 121. Asha'a. Ayanya. Al-Hahari. Mahayan. Yaba'a. Isariah. Ma'aim. Yahweh. Aisha. Shemayim. Wa'arataza. Ayathun. Lamawat. Ragalka. Al-Yanawam. Shamarka. Hana. La'a. Yanawam. Wala'a. Yayashun. Shawamar. Yasha'ala. Yahweh. Shamarka. Yahweh. Tazalka. Al-Yad. Yamyanka. Yawamam. Hashamash. La'a. Yakalka. Wayarak. Balayala. Yahweh. Yashamarka. Makal Rai. Yashamar. Athnapashka. Yahweh. Yashamar. Taza'athka. Wabawa'athka. Ma'aitha. Wa'aid Awalam. Thawad Aman.
I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. Help coming from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasha'ala shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore.
So be it.
We're going to do Psalms 83. Alahayim. Al-Damailaka. Al-Thakarash. Wa Al-Thashakwat. Al. Kayahana. Awayabyaka. Yahama Yawan. Wamashanayaka. Nasha'awa. Ra'ash. Al-Imaka. Ya'ara Yamwa. So why? Waya Thayata Izawa. Al Tazapa Wanyaka. Amarwa. Lakawa. Wanakakidam. Magawa. Wala'a. Yazakar. Shum Yasha'ala. Iwad. Kaya. Nawa Itazawa. Lab. Yakadwa. Al Yaka. Baryath. Yakarwa. Waya Shemaya Waya Shemaya Yalawam.
Why is Shamar?
Yalawam. Mawa Abba. Wahagariam. Gabal. Wa Imawan. Wa Amalak. Palashaf. I'm Yashabia. Tazawar. Gum Ashawar. Nalawa. Imam. Hayawa. Zarawai. Labanya Lawat. Salas. Aisha Laham. Kamadium. Kasaya Sara'a. Kayabian. Kwayashawan. Nashamadwa. Ba'ayan. Da'arwa. Hayawa. Daman. La'adama. Shayathamwa. Nadayab Mawa. Ka'irab. Wakazabak. Wakatazalmanai. Kal Nasa Yakamwa. Ashar. Amarwa. Naya Rasha'a. Lanawa. Na'athwa. Alahayam. Alahaya. Shayathamwa. Kagalgala. Kakwash. Lapanya Rakwa. Ka'ash. The Ba'ira Ya'ira. Wakalaba'a. Dalahat. Haryam. Khan. Daradatma. Basa'iraka. Wabasawapathka. The Balahum. Mala'a. Panyahum. Kwalawan. Wayabakwashua. Shamka. Yahawa. Yabashua. Wayaba'awa. Aya'ai. Wayakaparwa. Wayabadwa. Wayadaiwa. Kaya. Atha. Shamka. Yahawa. Labadka. Ayawan. Al-Kaharataza. The water Aman.
In English, keep not thy silence.
Keep not thy silence.
O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace. And be not still. O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation. That the name of Yasha'Allah may be no more remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Israelites of Moab and the Hagarenes, the Baal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Jabin, as the book of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Orem and like Zaam. Yea, all their princes as Sabbath and as Almunah, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. Oh my power, make them like a wheel
shovel before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood,
As the fire burneth the wood.
and as the flame
Set
tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid.
and make them afraid.
With thy sword,
With thy sword,
fill their faces with shame,
fill their faces with shame.
that they may seek thy name.
They may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded,
let them be confounded,
in trouble forever.
in trouble forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame,
let them be put to shame,
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
art the most high
of all the earth.
over all the earth.
So be it.
So be it.
We're going to do blessings. Barakatha Yahweh.
Barakatha Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Mayake Allah.
Wa Mayake Allah.
Wa Alahayim.
Wa Alahayim.
Mataza Bayah.
Mataza Bayah.
Alawap Yahanna.
Alawap Yahanna.
Ha Alawapim.
Ha Alawapim.
Ha Saranyim.
Ha Saranyim.
Ha Quatas Yamyam.
Ha Quatas Yamyam.
Ha Quaya Yamyam.
Ha Quaya Yamyam.
Wa Ha Quathiam.
Wa Ha Quathiam.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba Hashem.
Ba Hashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
The Wat Aman.
The Wat Aman.
Bless you, Yahweh,
Bless you, Yahweh.
and Yahweh Shai,
And Yahweh Shai.
and Michael,
And Michael.
and the angels,
And the angels.
Commanding General Yahanna,
Commanding General Yahanna.
the generals,
The generals,
the captains,
the captains,
the officers,
the officers,
the troopers,
the troopers,
and the sisters.
and the sisters.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
in the name of Yahweh
In the
Shai,
name of Yahweh Shai.
thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Pray for the curses. Bless are you, Yahweh,
Bless are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and
and
earth,
all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
in the name of Yahweh
In the
Shai,
name of Yahweh Shai.
listen to us now,
Listen to us now.
right now.
Right now.
Send evils and curses,
Send evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction
and punishment and
to
destruction
the heathen
to the heathen
that speak against
that
us.
speak against
Thy
us.
prophets,
Thy prophets,
the teachers,
the teachers,
the princes,
the princes,
the priests,
the priests,
the Israelite
the
brothers,
Israelite brothers,
and the school.
and the school.
Send evils and curses,
Send evils and
and
curses,
punishment and destruction
and punishment and
to
destruction
the heathen,
to the heathen,
and shake loose the treasure of the rich
the treasure of the
of
rich
Israel
of Israel
that refuse
that refuse
to get to the school.
to get to the school.
Plus their riches
Plus their
to
riches
enter into thy sanctuary.
into thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses,
Send evils and
and
curses,
punishment and
and
destruction
punishment and
to the
destruction
Edomites
to the Edomites
and the nations and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood,
all the governments of our enemies,
all the governments of our enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Amalek synagogues and all,
Roman Catholic
the
Church,
Roman Catholic
the
Church,
Pope,
the Pope,
Islam,
Islam,
Christianity,
Christianity,
Egyptology,
Egyptology,
militia,
militia,
Ku Klux Klan,
Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation,
Aryan Nation,
skinheads,
Skinheads,
posse comitatus,
Posse
the
Comitatus,
gay
the
movement,
gay
the
movement,
lesbian
the
movement,
lesbian movement,
spies,
spies,
workers of witchcraft,
workers of witchcraft,
NASA space program,
NASA space program,
Army, Navy,
Navy,
Air Force,
Air Force,
Marine,
Marine,
Wall Street,
Wall Street,
open up the internet
open up the internet
and the airwaves,
and the airwaves,
cable access channel,
the cable access
and
channel,
the radio
and
channel.
the radio channel.
Convict the spirit
Convict the
of
spirit
any of thy people
of any of thy
that
people
seek to stop
that
us
seek to stop
and
us
bring swift destruction
and bring swift
to
destruction
all the heathen
to all the
that
heathen
stand in the way
that stand in the way
of trying to stop
of
us
trying to stop
from
us
broadcasting your word
broadcasting your
throughout
word
the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues.
Let's loose all the
Let
plagues.
loose all the
Let's
plagues.
loose all the
Let
plagues.
loose all the
Let's
plagues.
loose all the plagues.
Cause them to go to and fro
Cause them to go to and fro
through the earth
through the earth
and consume them.
and consume them.
Let the plagues
Let the plagues
shake the house of the thief
shake the house of the thief
and the murderer.
and the murderer.
Let Yahweh
Let
Shai,
the house shine.
Michael and Gabriel
Michael and
come
Gabriel
down with the flying
come
saucers
down with the flying saucer
and punish all the
and
heathens
punish people
that come up against us
that come up against
as we
us
speak thy word.
as we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known by all
Cause it to be known by all
that it is the angels
that is the
that
angels
have done it.
that have done it.
Cause it to be spread
Cause it to be spread
through the media
through the media
throughout the whole world.
by the whole world.
Causing to shake it thy coming.
Cause it to shake thy
In
coming.
the name of Yahweh
In
Shai,
the name of your house shine.
thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
So be it.
So turn. This is Shah, please be seated. Men of Israel, we give one courteous salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Shabbat, Amadi, Barak,
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah Barakatah.
how about Shabbat? Yadi Matah, Sar, sisters, Amadi. Men of Israel, we give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amadi Shabbat, Amadi, Barak,
Yahweh Shema Allah Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Yadi Matah, class dismissed.
Clipping the string.
Friends, a tad bit different, like a little twitch, I do different. Like y'all say, so be it in the prayers. If it's not on the paper, we don't say it.
Facts.
Come. Let's go.
You got to check enough times about it.